But Liquid versus Invictus Gaming, and guess what, boys? We have received ourselves a draft. Very first game of the tournament. I believe, are there 2 games going on at once? There are. So there is another game going on, but we got the big one. Everyone wants to see. This is a TI champion team, not for a couple of years now, but they're ready to go against
I mean,
IT.
they're one of the teams that have had the most consistent kind of like, we're still tier 1 after winning TI for like the longest period of time. So.
Yeah, just because they don't back-to-back, it doesn't mean they're bad or anything.
It did feel like they did struggle. Not this last. I mean, they qualified to the major, but the major before they weren't at the CQ major, were they?
No, they had a bunch of issues. Remember
they were.
Like, we're supposed to go
they
to
had
the minor.
Shadow though. No. What was that?
No, that wasn't.
Yeah, that was CQ. CQ was where Miracle couldn't go. They were at the CQ.
Yeah, that
major.
was CQ.
Oh, yeah.
KL was where they. Yeah,
KL, they were
rough.
in the minor, but then they dropped the minor, right?
Yeah, they just dropped it.
Yeah.
So this. Oh, so Vici Gaming versus Virtus Pro will be over beyond the Summit 2. If you want to check them out, that'll be an interesting game. I think that'll be like, it's either going to be VP is dominating or VP came in like, we're pretty good, and they just fall apart. Who knows?
VP is definitely a team that's. I mean, we're talking about how they might win this thing, but they're also the team who would just not pick their heroes.
They
you know
just
what
coast
I mean?
or something. Yeah.
They would just start clowning.
I don't know. There was that one. What was it?
Summit?
Was it Starlighter or Summit where they just picked like every single hero in the game?
That was
one?
2 summits or 3 summits ago. Yep.
Yeah.
And then they got to Grand Finals Game 5, and then they just decided to win. So who knows?
And then they started banning the heroes. That was why. That was unfair by Secret. They started banning the heroes that VP hadn't played yet. And I was like, oh, come on. Once that starts happening, like, the bet's off. Like, once they're targeting you that hard.
All right, so let's say people haven't watched since the major. We've already had qualifiers a lot of people have watched, but maybe some people haven't. Who are the high meta heroes?
There he is.
Is it?
That was the big one.
Okay.
I was going to say, with those 6 heroes banned, if no one's picking Chen, I would be shocked.
I mean, Night Stalker's making a comeback in a big way. Seeing a lot of him in like the offlane position and stuff.
Who else? I've seen NIP plays him a lot.
Yeah,
but who else pro-wise does? I've seen a lot of pubs playing him, but
VP definitely played him. Pasha was one of the guys who he started the whole earn like hood Night Stalker thing, run into enemy heroes, and it's more prevalent now too because the silence is just way better.
It's insane.
It's so good against some heroes. It actually feels like a counter pick kind of thing where like there's like Lincoln's buyers or something like that, or somebody's really squishy like Morphlings and Weavers. It feels so good.
Normally, you get this Lincoln's or Manta or something, and like, I don't have to worry about Night Stalker the entire game. Not anymore. It doesn't help you at all. This is a guy who's still, unfortunately, very prevalent.
Yeah, China, I don't know. They like this first phase lifestealer. They're like first overall lifestealer.
So
yeah, that's true.
I mean, with the Chen, it's really nice to be able to just, you can pop the creep, you can just take it from him. You know, he buys Midas. This is like, probably from a safe lane position, this is like the de facto, I don't care about Chen safe laner.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be like lifestealer Witch Doctor.
Yeah,
back
pretty
in the
much.
day.
Or CM. You can even pick CM too.
Of course, Chen not very reliant on creeps anymore. They're out. You know, he's all about this being Coddle. He's the new Coddle, but they'll take old Coddle as well.
I mean, Chen, he definitely changed a lot. It felt like he got gutted. Like, he's still, I mean, he's getting first
His lane
pick,
support is much, like Trent said, it's much less reliant on creeps.
It just doesn't feel like Chen. Is that just me? Like, this
doesn't
feel
was
like
so
how
iconic.
they play it.
Like, the way that he would just
that
run mid with double golems and, like, solo someone was so sick.
The way that I see it is, like, it used to be this really high skill cap hero that was, like, not really utilized a lot in pubs. And when I see changes where they go through and they like do these sweeping, okay, we're gonna like kind of rework the way the hero functions.
Yeah,
they're just trying to make it more pub like friendly. Yeah, I guess is a way to say it because what they did to IO too, right?
And Coddle
when they
for
changed,
that matter, honestly.
Yeah, well they changed the like the way the overcharge worked and like it didn't have to be like losing health anymore or whatever to heal people and you could just like do whatever. And then it became super broken, but you know it's a balance process, so it takes time.
Yeah, IO's been a balanced process for quite some time now.
It's been like, what, 8 years?
Since he hasn't been first pick. Yeah.
Liquid run this duo a lot, right? This Chen Keeper the Light. This is like super their wheelhouse kind of a deal. I think the only downside really when I see this is just like I want to pick maneuverable heroes. Like even Lifestealer already looks pretty good, right, against the Will-O-Wisp. But people that, because you have a support duo that has no like secure stun.
Yeah.
Didn't Keeper the... Was I just dreaming about Dota? Or didn't Keeper the Light get nerfed where if you refresh your ulti, it happens at the same time? Okay, I wasn't just dreaming.
Yeah.
That's
still really good because people didn't really double the Willow that often anyway, right? You want the first Willow to run out and you'd use the second one. So it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. It is a nerf, sure. But
First, a Lifestealer could be annoying, though, because you could... I think GH actually was the one who started doing it, perma-stunning people with it, but not that big of a deal. Shadow Shaman. That's a pretty paper-mache here. A lot of lockdowns.
I like Shadow Shaman. I think he's right up there in the supports right now.
He just secures your push, offers disables, blink buyer. You know, he's pretty flexible, offers a lot. The only downside to him is he's freaking slow. Very, very slow hero.
Yeah.
And then CK, this guy's just a monster laner. They even nerfed his lifesteal, I want to say, in 7.21b, and it's still like your lane sustain is insane. You can bring him pretty much anywhere. You can lane against almost any hero. Obviously, you know, there's like Razor and stuff you don't really want to lane against, but you can walk him anywhere and feel pretty okay.
And you can dual lane with pretty much anyone too, and like have good kill threat as well.
Yep,
it's really nice.
I mean, it's just why does he get? It's a lot. He just gets an attack that heals him and does a massive amount of damage.
I think
pretty good.
Well, the
fair,
crit
the
part of
hero
it's
was
RNG, right? Because it's like 160 to like 265 or something.
Yeah.
So sometimes you heal for a little bit, but
I think the hero was like kind of dead, right? He was only really been picked with Io in the past, and then he just kind of super fell off, except for like Chaos Knight AA we had for like a year, maybe a little bit, but now it's just it's good that because he couldn't stay on lane and farm before, and now he has this life stealer, and it's kind of cool being able to like be put into a side lane and be able to farm up a little bit and actually get a couple aura items. He's probably still a little too strong at the moment, but
I would say
like
that he's probably too strong.
Yeah,
but again, it takes. Like, the other thing is, like, he's fast. His armor isn't the worst. He has good base damage. Like, the only downside to the hero is that he just can't hit creeps that well. But now people just buy Midas. So it's like, whatever.
On every hero.
All right, there's a Phantasm counter. But again, no direct stuns here. I guess it doesn't matter too much with the life stealing the CK. But
I mean, this is pretty liquid, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
They in the past, at least from what I've seen, they don't really care about the hard lockdown too much. They're just really good at execution. So when you can play around, like, the blinds and just making sure that, you know, CK can't stick to anyone, like you said, dispel on the Phantasm and whatnot.
I think once they're level 2, I'm pretty sure it only does like half their HP or something. Like, they're pretty tanky at that point.
Yeah, but you also have like Coddle Blast, and they still have 2 more heroes they can pick.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, Matumba Man's hero and Miracle's hero are still not picked. So they can just pick good matchups. I think it's an alright way to go for Liquid. I love this hero.
Okay.
And you
Pango.
talk about good matchups, right? Pango's the opposite, right? Like his laning phase,
It's dog.
It's a
just
little
really
bit
bad.
better now,
It's
but it's
so
still
bad.
it's like 99%. Yeah. And,
Like you have to do some interesting Dota in order to have a lane on that hero.
they're gonna take good laners.
That pretty much takes care of the mid Pango as well, right? Like,
Yeah, that's a really bad matchup for Pango. I mean, during the mid game, it's fine, and most of the time, even if you play mid Pango, you're okay with losing your lane because your flash farming capability is nuts. You have great mobility. You can side lane gank pretty easily.
so they must be able to flex this as a support Pango, or they wouldn't pick.
Yeah,
it like
they
this,
can.
right? Like,
Yeah, they can. They can
must
move
be
wherever you
comfortable
want.
with it. Or support CK too, I guess, right?
I mean, I'm not really huge on the support Pango because I feel like that he just doesn't do anything if he's not 6.
I think I'd rather have support CK than support Pango.
Yeah,
if we're going that way.
Now, so do you think? I mean, I'm just looking at these 2 drafts, and it just feels like Liquid. You just look at it, and you're like, wow, that's just a better lineup. Like, it's the Pango, though, right?
Yeah.
The Pango pick always does that. And then, like, you watch someone like Tavo or someone play, and, like, they have a terrible laning phase, and then they still just dominate the game. But can he really do that against a Brewmaster Monkey King? Yeah, probably.
I think that the Pango's relevance is going to have a pretty long stay in this game because there's really only one BKB buyer on Liquid right now.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, Monkey King, obviously. But
Yeah.
the nice thing about Pango is he can get to the back line. You know, he's going to go Magic Immune. If he goes Blink, you can just go right straight in the back, catch the Coddle, catch the Chen, just blow them up. And there's not really anything that a Brew or a Monkey King are going to be able to stop it. It's like that's kind of what the hero can play around. Is you can go on anyone you want as long as they don't have a BKB.
So what are Liquid left with here then? You have the pressure of 9th pick, so you have to think about the lane a little bit just in case of all the matchups, but they're going to ban the OD just to kind of protect that mid lane. What are they missing?
I mean, the Monkey versus OD matchup isn't even that bad, to be honest.
Playable.
Sure. I've heard it's pretty rough.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I've watched a lot of it, and it seems like that, you know, the DK versus Monkey King matchup, where everyone's like, DK kind of loses, but sometimes you see the DK do fine.
Yeah.
And if it's like Sumail on the Monkey King, then DK doesn't do fine.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I think it's very skill-based.
Well, that'll be a last pick PA. That hero's been slowly getting, like, chipped away with the nerf chisel, but not too bad.
It's a buffless PA, though. Kind of unusual, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's good against the Lifestealer matchup-wise. You force him to buy MKB. CK is the same. He's a stat-oriented hero. Doesn't really want to buy Monkey King bar. But Pango has no issue buying that item. And obviously, we don't know if it's going to be in a farming capacity yet, like 100%. But
how many support Pangos have you guys seen?
Not a lot.
Not many. I think we saw Zai still ran it a little bit lately. I mean, I call him support Pango, but you know how they trade
He usually
off the farm
ends up
like
having
that.
a lot of items. Yeah. He was like going Vessel and stuff, right, when he was playing Pango?
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, as of late, not so much.
So is there a pick? Well, what's the pick here? Anything just, whoa!
I mean, it really just
in your
depends on
face.
if Pango's mid or not, in my opinion. Like, both lane matchups, he'd probably be happier playing against a PA if
I think I'm okay putting Pango mid here.
Okay,
Whoa.
Lesh.
Okay.
That's actually really nice.
Why is that?
It's insane magic burst, and even heroes like Monkey King who kind of want to stay really close proximity, get the hits off, get Jingu, things like that. You get Edict, you have Pulse Nova going.
Yeah.
You actually just die. And
How does he get tanky enough? Doesn't he just kind of die, though? I feel like one boundless strike into a PA jump, and he just explodes.
He's got some pretty good front line, and he has Pango. So they have ways to cause chaos in the fights. That's basically what the Lesh wants. He wants like Liquid not to be able to just run a train on him, obviously. So you have the heroes to be able to kind of stop that, I think. But I like Lesh. I think he's actually in an okay spot. He's pretty good against most heroes that walk to the mid lane. And he offers just insane push as well. People were doing like the 2-4-2 build, so you max Edict, but for the lane, you just get stun and lightning.
Right.
And then once you get like a pick somewhere, that tier 1's just dead.
Yeah.
So you can really get a lot of momentum with this kind of lineup.
Yeah, that's definitely what they need, though. Like with a support Pango and this Leshrac in the mid.
They have a lot of stuns, too. Liquid, on the other hand, as you said, Trent, well, we got the Keeper of the Light ulti, the Brewmaster, and then the Monkey King Boundless Strike. But IG, you have Leshrac, CK, Shadow Shaman. It's quite a few disables.
Yeah, like I said, I think the drafts are pretty even.
Yeah.
So
if you had to give the favor to one person, who would it be?
I mean, from a draft perspective, I actually like IG's draft a little bit more, just because I feel like when you have these stuns, it's a lot easier to play the game, whereas Liquid are relying very heavily on execution. Obviously, they're a great team, but just from the heroes alone, I think I like IG's just a tiny bit more.
I think I'm hesitant to, but I kind of like IG's as well. I feel like the PA without anyone to buffer up feels a little slow to me.
Sorry to interrupt. Dogfights is their 4-player, and
Yeah,
he's
he
on
is.
Pango.
Yeah,
Okay,
he is
so
playing
I'm
Pango.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I know you were talking about them.
So it's yeah, I feel like this PA could end up being a little slow. Like Miracle needs to join some early fights, but then I worry that if they get behind a little bit with like the big cooldowns of Will-O-Wisp and the Brew ulti, then I wonder just like if they lose the first like couple engagements, I think IG could really snowball this. But of course, I think we all favor Liquid in terms of skill and in terms of team coordination, so it's very hard to take that away from them. So I would still assume Liquid would win this game.
And it looks like so it will be that PA middle versus Celeste, and I'm sure it's just is Liquid. Do they really want like that Monkey King versus Pango matchup that bad, or do they not really care? Do you think? Will they look?
I think it's okay either way, honestly, for IG, even if the Pango does end up walking to the Monkey's lane, because again, it's a 4.
Yeah.
So it's not like, if you're playing 3 or even 1 or 2 Pango where you're just like sitting in the mid lane. It's a lot worse to have a bad lane matchup if you're being allocated farm.
Yeah.
In this game, I don't think he really cares one way or the other.
Okay.
In worst case scenario, you can just creep pull and stuff. It's pretty hard to stop. So you're going to get something no matter where you go, I think, as dogfights here. The one thing is, like, how do you make yourself useful as the 4 Pango? I think he started Uv, right?
Yeah, he did.
So he's got Orb of Venom, and he's going to run around right
Is he
now.
like Chase Chen, I guess? Is that like kind of his life?
I mean, I think he wants EXP pretty bad.
Yeah.
Do you really value like stopping the Chen from having a game over hitting 6?
Well, I just wonder where else who does he try and kill it? I guess he tries to kill the CK.
But the thing about Chen is he actually just beats you to death, right?
Yeah,
Like he just
you
buffs
can't
himself
do it
and you're
alone.
like,
the HP regen.
you
is
have like
insane.
48 base damage on Pango, and you're like, wait a second, this guy's just beating my ass. Please help.
So it looks like they will get. All right, they almost had the Monkey King versus the Lifestealer, but the Lifestealer is going to rotate back up top. So
Yeah. The more important matchup for sure.
yeah, I think that's what Liquid really want in this, is that if they can get Monkey King versus Lifestealer, they're going to be really happy, because it looks like Matu has to make a ton of space this game. He's got to be like that mid-1 Monkey King, Oh, hell yeah. I love this kind of stuff, man. You're a little bit, behind in terms of the game.
He's not going to get it, is he? Oh,
yeah,
the
dude,
one
it's
hit.
Shadow Shaman,
It's
baby.
Shadow
The
Shaman.
branch Fairy Fire.
Yep, and that was the dogfights ward he placed there, and they just had the other guy sitting. That's an easy
What's his attack
counter
roll
ward.
on the Shadow Shaman? Was that guaranteed because of his
I think so.
It might have.
It was 77, right? Or 77 plus.
79.
So what's his low roll?
Let's give it a quick peek.
Okay, this is important stuff, Grant.
So
he he theoretically
could have missed one chance.
That would have felt so bad, too, because he's so slow. There's no way he would have got a second hit there.
Ooh, and Matumba barely misses that. Probably could have been killing Shadow Shaman. So they are just trialing. Looks like they might want to rotate someone out of there, and it's Kuroki with the 3 fairy. I've been seeing 3 or 4 Fairy Fire built. Why?
You just want to click people.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
What else are you going to buy on this hero, I guess is the question. What else are you
He's
going to do?
actually going to go for the creep.
And it does increase your heal. So, I mean, interesting. Well, we'll see. Yeah, he goes for the wolf first. What do you...
I guess
you
you
doing
have
the
so
orb,
many
man.
problems
It's
with Chen
30%
now.
damage. That's 15 damage
Yeah.
on a Chen.
So you just right
When
click.
you think about what
Yeah.
he can get with the new way that it works, like that's actually the most effective damage.
Yep.
Which
That's
seems
good.
really weird compared to old Chen, because you want like a Satyr or a Mud Golem or something. But with the level requirements now, this is actually pretty cool.
He hits for like 70 something now, right?
Yeah,
the aura?
he's
With the
hitting
Fairy
pretty
Fires,
hard.
too. All right.
74
And what's
hit.
Shadow Shaman going to do to a creep? That's the more important thing.
That's
Yeah.
Some heroes, you know, Nature's Prophet I think was banned in the first phase. They can't deal with treants. It's the same thing for Shadow
No.
Shaman. You can't deal with treants or creeps.
Yeah, it's kind of like they didn't respect the old Chen style, and Kuro found a way to kind of make it true again. It's interesting.
Well, middle lane looks like 8-2 versus 11-1 versus 10-0 now, and Rune.
Les
Won't
should
be
be
up top.
handling this after the first courier, one would think, right?
It feels like, right? He can't bring any regen. Regen is bottom, and actually, ooh, it will be the Dyer who sees it. And he's probably pretty happy about that he can get in. Look at this.
The question is, can he get the lane out enough? That's the hard thing about PA, is you can harass the enemy mid laner, but you can't realistically push the lane that
Well,
much.
especially if it's under the tower, but it's barely not there, even though it looks like now it will be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's going to do a good job, but he'll get the experience, but he will get denied. It will respawn. Top lane, the only other lane we hadn't talked about, it's Lifesteal and a roaming Pango going up against this Keeper of the Light and
Does
Brewmaster.
that Coddle have boots? Because he's never going to kill
Yeah,
that Coddle.
382.
Like-
Dude, Coddle without boots is still quicker than half the heroes.
yeah.
And here we go. Dogfights is going to get right-clicked a little. I don't think anything will come out of this. Maybe, though. Eats the wrong tree. Dogfights will just run away. And there goes that.
This is just what you do on Pango in the early game. You're like, okay, I'm not going to have a lane, so I'm just going to run around and spam my taunt, buy boots, just be annoying.
What do you feel about when you're playing versus Lucky Shot? Is it like one of the most annoying skills to play versus ever?
Yeah.
It can be either really annoying or you feel like it doesn't do anything. It's one or the other most of the time.
It is really satisfying when you have like a Terrorblade on your team, or you're playing Shadow Demon and you make those illusions to Pango and he silences himself.
Oh, dude, that happened to me.
That
a
feels
bunch of
so
times.
good.
Or you get Darkseer walled and you, like the first hit silences you, and you're like, can this stop happening, please? I just died to a Darkseer wall because I can't ulti.
Doodle will get blasted down pretty hard. Looks like we're back to 2v2 lanes now, but it feels like Liquid definitely got, besides that chicken snipe, it feels like bottom's going pretty well for them. That's CK 13-2.
Yeah, you kind of just expect CK to farm, even against someone like Monkey King.
Oh, and they're going to go in here. Can they do anything? They'll just shackle down. Look at who's here. It's going to be Dogfights. 1 second stun only, but this should be enough. He's going to have a ton of HP regen. No Jingu skilled. They get him, and now, Croaky looks to kill. Fairy Fire pop. They're going to go. The Ghost will attack, but it won't matter. Croaky should end up going down here. One more shot from either of them, and it will be Dogfights.
Yeah, they should definitely give it to Dogfights.
Yeah, and now, Leshrac middle. I don't know what's happening.
Whoa.
Miracle dies. Emo, he survives?
He's good.
And he will just get out of there, and that is just a solo kill. Dives in there, and like you said, goes 2-0-2, puts a third point in the Lightning now.
I can't believe how well PA's been doing, though. Like,
22-2.
I really feel like that CS shouldn't be that close.
It's kind of hard, actually, to like reliably hit Lightning to harass, because PA can just sit away from the wave and dagger.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So it's not like the easiest thing in the world to just get a ton of damage on that hero, in my opinion. But
And
That's impressive.
Will
Oh,
Miracle
snap.
steal it? He will. He wanted to save the rune, get the bottle, save the rune, and now he's just going to lose a haste rune, I assume.
he can still get bounties, right? Yeah, they're up in like 5 seconds.
Oh, Miracle's going to fight. There might be just a straight-up fight. Uh-oh, he has to be careful here. He does bottle up. Miracle will run in. Lightning flies out. Stun will miss, but he does end up getting the rune. He's bottled. They do have a shrine. Uh-oh, Miracle. He could be a little bit. No, he'll just get out of there. GH will send a blast. Will hit blue, but he'll be completely okay. What do you guys thought? I was looking at this. Okay, he finally gets a point. Why don't you go a point in Jingu until 4? He went 1-2-0.
I think he actually wasn't trading because the heroes actually hit really hard in the lane.
Yeah, because
And
he
Monkey
can't
King has no
approach
armor.
the Shadow Shaman and get
Yeah.
hexed either.
There's
He would
no
just
way.
die.
Like Shadow Shaman hit for what, like 79, 80 damage, and the CK has crit. On
and
mid lane, they're gonna catch Miracle.
they get him.
Nice.
My bad, a little late, but it will just be, looks like a shackle into a
Man,
stun.
great rotations from IG. Like, that Pango coming down at the perfect time, the way they kind of gave space to Doodle up top using the Pango, and then he's like, okay, we're never going to get a kill up here, and I need kills on support Pango, so he goes bot.
Yeah.
And now they get the rotation of the Shadow Shaman mid too.
Yeah, they're abusing the fact that the Lifestealer is just gonna be safe. Like, how do they kill the Lifestealer with these heroes in the early game? So even if he doesn't get like amazing farm, he's still gonna get right. And speaking of mind control, actually,
And it looks like he's getting hit with double damage, but Shadow Shun just 84 damage a second.
Dude,
And that's a
IG
5-0.
goats.
They are playing very well. Uh-oh, middle lane now, though. He might have overextended a little bit. Emo will get chased down here, but look at that speed. It's Leshrac's move speed, baby. But daggered again. Do we have another blink strike? He does have it in 2. Ooh, has it actually earlier.
Miracle
but-
didn't have the faith in that last Coddle Blast.
Yeah. And that, they won't get the kill, and he was already running back there to heal anyways. He's happy. Kuroki's here. They get a ward down, but doesn't feel like there's much they can do. And look at that. Blue actually pings the ward out. Must have Sonic got placed. And now they're going to jump forward. This should be an easy kill in the roster, but look at this. He will get right-clicked. He's actually going to make it under the tower almost. Stun's going to fly out on Miracle. They haven't even killed him yet. Does he have another dagger? Will he make it uphill? He blink strikes away, but Miracle will go down. On the other side, Kuroki dies to a tier 2 tower.
I mean, worth
it. What, for Liquid? Or? I don't think so.
They lose what? They lose a Shadow Shaman?
Okay, so that ward is within range of the tower.
Wait, what?
So when you're just outside of that little aura, the true sight extends a little bit past the actual aggro. That's caught me a couple times playing support.
There's really a lot of weird things in Dota like that. Like the Roshan spawn, when it says it will respawn, it'll be like 2 seconds later, top lane, mind control. Looks like I don't know if you're going to make it out, dude. A phase boot lifestealer is pretty insane. He's going to rage off the slow. He's going to continue to chase, but it's phase boot versus phase boot. Dogfights has a Q up. He could slow him, and he will get to disarm the jump down. Will fly, but mind control's already dead. Now Matumba, man, he's going to look. Will he be able to make it over? Wow, jumps on over, and they get out. What a play. He does have a jump, and he will jump down. Dogfights will die. Does escort Doodle out. Yeah. And yeah, like Trent said, though, IG's rotations, they just feel a lot better. Like the middle rotation by Liquid, you got 1 kill and then you lost 2 heroes.
They just have the heroes to rotate. Yeah. That's the difference, right? Like, what do Liquid rotate with? What's going to secure a kill besides like a Bruce split? And speaking of mind control,
he is getting beat. It looked like he was going to survive from this
that's
Omega
kind of like
heal.
What I was just saying, right? Like, how did they stop that from happening?
Yeah.
What hero on Liquid is going to say, hey, wait, please stop beating up my Brewmaster with a shackle?
Yeah. Save me.
The only person who has a freaking stun outside of an ulti is Monkey King.
Yeah, no stuns or no saves besides Blinding Light, really.
Well, here we go. They're actually going to... He TP's here. He's going to get eaten alive. Here comes Emo as well. They get another stun. He's just going to die. It is going to just be an instant TP back into die. Almost feels like a dieback even though it's not. And another fine rotation. And they get 3K. They don't get the tower, though. I'm sure they would have liked it, but...
Yeah, but it's more telling that there's a 3K lead at 8 minutes pretty much with no tower taken.
That's true as well. Draskell, that's why we brought you here. That hard-hitting analysis.
I'm just saying, like, you haven't lost a tier 1.
And you're down that much. Yeah, I agree. And you have the Chen on your team. But I guess Chen's more of a, I'm going to hit W on you late game, and you're going to own.
I'll be honest with you, Grant. I think this Chen's going to be completely worthless.
I agree. I think
it's going to be so hard to play the game when there's a farm lifestealer and a CK, 2 heroes that you can't even remotely approach.
I mean, Kuroki's pretty much just going to be, hey, go press your W on PA, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be his
your W and then call in the PA. That's pretty much it. Like
I mean, they're trying to play right now.
Ooh, they're going to try to get GH. He is getting recalled by the Chen. And there comes the hold, and uh-oh. Unfortunately, that is a long cast.
Oh, yeah, he got pathinged right there. I think the creeps actually stopped his path because he wanted to keep running down along the tree line. Yeah. But the creeps walked in a way that he couldn't go that way anymore, so he just turned around and walked into him.
Oops, sorry, we missed the back door there on the tier 1. Looks like they do want to go for a kill, but it will be ward. They have the sentry, but it doesn't actually see the obs unless they get vision up there.
Yeah, it's been down for a while, so
that feels pretty bad.
That's okay, though.
Yeah, actually, I forgot about the Divine Favor. So what does that max out at? The only thing is, like, yeah, it's a buff for PA, but it's flat damage, right? So it's like...
Attack damage 48.
Like, who cares? You know what I mean? I mean, obviously that's good, but...
I mean, it's like a Demon Edge. It's not bad.
Dude, you see what it went down from? It used to be 80 at level 4. Good God. There's a big fight, it looks like. Nah, I lied. It's just Chen and his creeps. The old Kobold Foreman.
So does that push him into the Battle Fury, like, 100% on the PA?
See, the thing is, I have no clue. I don't even know if you want to go late game against IG's team.
Oh, they finally will look to get a kill on this CK who almost TP'd out, but the split from mind control,
that's
easy enough. And actually, they're going to chase for more because look at this. Kuroki, oh, so close.
Yeah, he was right.
I guess he is going Battle Fury after all.
I think it's because, like,
selected.
The Divine Favor is just like, I don't know. What else does it sync with? You're not going to go like Mom or something.
I figured maybe he might go for like the Death of Lads BKB or something like that just to be able to get in.
Uh-oh, and GH, once again, he has 445 Musu with the Tranquils, so they can't run him down.
They're going to be playing some real Liquid Dota here, like Coddle on the side once all their towers are dead, and then there's going to be these like Chen creeps, and the Monkey King to be hopping out of trees and killing creep waves. Like,
stay in the trees.
You guys, get ready. We're going to be here for like 50 minutes.
That's how Liquid won TI, man. Just sit in the trees.
Yep.
That's it.
I mean, so we know they don't have any stuns or anything. Is this just a game Liquid just wants to take late? Is there like a
at this
timing?
point, it seems very difficult to walk into IG and take any sort of fight. I mean, especially since we haven't even seen a Pango ulti yet, and now that he has it, like it's 11:30. You know, it's not the worst timing to hit level 6, but.
So how do IG stop that from happening? Like,
I mean, they just walk Lesh to a tower and they say, you know, eventually we're going to take Roche and we're going to approach high ground with wards, and you're going to have to do something about it.
That's the snakes are a big part of that too, because they don't really have a good answer to snakes.
Yeah. Coddle is great.
Nice, nice to use the courier there. Wall was at the side shop, just doing that as a support player right before that sentry expired. That is like, that's top tier supporting right now.
Well, that's their middle.
Well, maybe
tier
the courier was placed there by the support.
That is good.
Someone who I assume microed the courier for him.
Well, because he did TP top, and he's like, wait, how'd they know I was rotating there even though we have a sentry? And he's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That was a good play overall. And, ooh, top. GH, he's been doing some trick. He still has tangos. He can eat his way out. Oh, they're pinging. They know he's here somewhere.
Wait, where'd he go? Now Pango's stuck.
Dude, that is 445 move speed. He's pinging himself. Long time.
Can he jump that tree?
I think he can, but he just wants to swash it, I think. Oh, he just got a cut. Never mind.
He needs his friends.
Gets the quelling. How many Midas? Oh, sorry. Radiant's Curry actually goes down bottom. Yeah, so we've got one on CK, one on Lifestealer. I don't believe, maybe on Brew after the blink, but only 2 Midas. That's pretty low.
I wager he will go Midas before blink.
None of the other heroes on IG actually really buy Midas. Like Lesh doesn't, because it doesn't make any sense, right? It's like you just want stat items.
Hey, well, that hasn't stopped some heroes.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, Lesh has abysmal freaking stat gain, so you need to get tanky and you need to be able to exist, and Midas does not help you do either of those things.
Ooh.
What is our Lesh eyeing up anyway for items?
Sure looks like he has a Yules.
Standard.
And we're going to assume. I mean, is it normally Bloodstone after still, or no? If people stop going it.
I know. I was kind of thinking like an Atos looks kind of good this game.
I don't know about Atos.
You don't like it? I want to see him like tank up a little bit.
I mean, if he's going to tank up, he just buys a BKB. Oh, their team has high ground potential like early.
Okay.
I'm just saying, there's a Brewmaster on the other team and a Coddle. if you're free to just walk around in fights as Lesh this game, you're so happy.
Yeah,
like you just explode everywhere.
Oh, and it looks like they're gonna get this top lane Miracle versus Doodle 1v1, and you'd almost feel like P would win these, but not when this guy has as much farm as he does in the Feast.
She's got a Skidoodle. Yeah. Am I right?
You are correct.
You can just like leave, actually.
Who's your favorite pro name if you had to pick one? Like that you just love saying during a cast.
Favorite pro name? That's a hard one, actually.
Can I go hockey? Because I really think Bobrovsky is like the best name ever.
Well,
I mean,
no, you cannot.
Doodle is definitely up there. I never really thought about it before.
Doodle's a good one.
Yeah, Doodle's just a good name.
Well, here we go. They're just going to push this tier 2, and as you said, this Leshrac, even without like the BK, he's just so farmed. I don't think you can ever fight around this guy if you're dire until a lot later, and they're just going to lose this tier 2.
You can try to pick them off while they're like retreating, maybe hope to catch them outnumbered.
Ooh, and they do. Dogfights actually scouts out one of them. They're going the super long way away, and here we go. There's going to be a summon in. Who are they going to look for? They ping out Dogfights. Actually, Emo still here with them, and look at this. There's going to be Oli as well as Doodle. Doodle hits him with the open wounds. Do they want to take this fight on Radiant? They're still sitting around. They don't have any wards. He's going to throw out the lightning. And now, oh no, they're just going to go. They're going to get the chase down on Shadow Stone on the back. There's going to be a Will-O-Wisp place. Will he get brought down immediately? Sure does. Dogfights, whoa, don't really know where he's going, but he will just bounce around on the backside. There will be a kill on the Rasta. Dogfight just, it feels like he's rolling so slow, and then will hit Matumba. Does slow him down with the Orb of Venom. Fakes out the ulti. No, he gets silenced immediately, and there's going to be the Yules, and now Mind Control is going to drop a long, I don't even know if that was a team fight, just a long, drawn-out skirmish. And he is going to steal the bounty rune. Will he get the other one? Will be Orb of Venom. He's getting slowed as well from Lucky Shot. Oh my god. Nope. Well, even worse. Leshrac here, and that's an easy kill.
How about that Chen Centaur coming in and just getting Midased by the Lifestealer?
I told you, man. Chen is not a hero against Lifestealer. This was known in like TI3.
Even
like.
And Lifestealer is like a super meta pick right now. Like, there's not a better first pick core than a Lifestealer right now, I don't think.
I mean, I know why they picked it. They wanted to secure the lane, right? Like, give Matumba Man a place to farm. It's good, like, theoretically against the Shadow Shaman because you can, like, throw the creep at him and he can't really stop it.
Yeah.
But the CK is just they gave him two laners as cores that were just unbelievably strong against, like, a neutral is not going to do anything to a CK or a Lifestealer, even at like level 1 or 2, right? It takes so much time to be able to kill them.
Barely misses, and they're just going to try to run in. They will get the stun on Brewmaster. He'll get stunned again. He's just going to get brought down. Another simple rotation for the Radiant. That's a 6K lead at 16 minutes.
Yeah, they're rolling this game.
What's that net worth at there, Grant? I don't want to get all chat on you here, but you know.
Oh, it is 16 minutes in. You probably should get chat. I'm usually like 12 minutes the latest. I usually do 15, but we're looking great here. 9.2K on Lesh. Yeah, that's the one thing. You always got to remember when you're observing net where you
I'm
just
bad
forget.
at that too.
I am
too.
awful at
Dude,
it.
I haven't observed in like, I don't even know how many
Well,
years.
let's look. How
I got
different is
spoiled.
it? PA's in 4th, well, 2nd. I guess it's a pretty big
fairly
difference.
different.
Besides Lesh, that's all you need to know. Lesh equals ownage right now.
Yep, sounds good.
And he is going for the BKB, and he's only 1,000 gold away from it. That is pretty scary if you're dying. Look at this. They're just going to go back up top. Miracle's here. Do they have a guaranteed lockdown? They got the Yule stun, but Miracle already backs up.
So they probably want Aegis with that BKB, right? And then we go up.
I mean, yeah. If Liquid try to
Oh,
fight
whoa.
it on the pit.
Yep, fight going on bottom. There's going to be Snakes. Already dropped. Matumba will just run away. Divine favored up. Oh, Blacks looks for him, but won't find him. He's just chilling there. Dogfights get brought back down, and the CK, he's just running right into him. There is going to be an ulti coming out from Matumba, man. They have a ton of armor. There's the Will-O-Wisp pulling everyone in. He will pop the Phantasm, though. Is he going to get a kill? Looks like Dogfights goes down. He's just pulled in. They're just going to right-click him.
Okay.
Is anyone going to rotate? The tier 2's here, but no. Instead, they're going to find him. Oh,
snap.
my goodness. The Leshrax here. He should go down. The jumps there, and that is a huge turnaround.
Oh, imagine losing 4 heroes with a 6K lead. Oh.
Dude, what?
I
All
mean,
these
first off,
fights feel so weird.
It was very disjointed. They weren't
Yeah.
there at the same time. Like IG, their Lesh wasn't there until the very end, and that was basically just a 1-by-1. Like that's what that was. That was literally just like the train of feed. I don't know how else.
And
to say it.
Lifestealer's farming the jungle.
Yeah,
They were
that's
so overconfident in their ability to fight that they were just standing in the pit. They were just like, yeah, I'm gonna Phantasm inside of the pit. I'm a Shadow Shaman, whatever. I'll stand in the pit too. Who cares?
Yeah, that Will-O-Wisp, that was. Yeah, it just feels like 4 of them died, but you didn't even see them like die together. Just as you said, the CK got super greedy.
Oh, they're gonna
Phantasm
steal
died.
that Roche too. They get the medallion up on Chen now. Now they're thinking about it on Liquid. They're like, we can't let them have this because it's still very dangerous, even though we just took 4 of them.
Yep, and GH already doing a good job. 4-step up, already just pushing out middle. I'm sure taking that tier 1 would do dividends for taking Roche.
Yeah, IG need to be very, very careful about the next like 5 to 10 minutes because if you let Miracle, did he go back for the Battle Fury? I think he did.
Yeah, he
he
definitely
did.
did.
Okay, so he has the Battle Fury
Whoa!
now.
Okay.
He's just
See ya.
bailing it. But see, the thing is, he's going like an accelerating item into a damage item. So if you let him get to BKB after that, the game could actually get kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
Because the PA is a hero where even if you don't have like the greatest laning phase, obviously he died like 3 or 4 times. You get to a stage where all it's going to take is 1 or 2 lucky crits, and you're going to be down a core.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's going to be your highest damage core probably in the Leshrac too.
I mean, up until that last fight, it's definitely been all IG, but you can't just get super overconfident and run in like that and expect to be able to beat a team like Liquid. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, Doodle, I got to see his Midas. It's not looking good already.
There's
My
not
boy
a lot
is
near,
not using his Midas
He's
right now,
hot.
and I am upset.
You guys can't see it at home, but Grant's actually visibly shaking right now.
I actually, and he has his Midas turned on, or his Radiance, because he wants to go for dude, I'm stressed out right now. This is actually just like physical stress on
He
my
knows
body.
them. Atumba Man's there. But
Yeah, it looks like Matu knows too, though. He's not giving him anything.
But why doesn't he just Midas and run away? Yeah, it's whatever. He's just gonna chill here for now. Looks like are they going to Roche or are they rotating top? With Snakes, they can take it quick, but there is gonna be the
Snakes
siege
actually
creep
don't
just
do that
planted
much
in
to
there.
Roche. It take a while to kill him.
Well, yeah, solo, but he's gonna have friends.
Yeah, but I don't think you want to. Actually, I don't think you commit him actually, unless Liquid try to fight you.
Oh my! He just used
CK finally
used
shows
his
up.
Midas first, and then let Doodle, my man. Okay, but he gets it off. They get the double Midas. They're still 4K up. We've seen Liquid. They're pretty much rotating as 2 or 3 the entire game now.
Yeah,
There's
and
BKB on Lesh now.
GH farming, Miracle farming, other 3 do your thing.
that Lifestealer too, like not only was he not in that engagement, but even if he had been in one of those fights, like he just finished his like 6K investment of Midas into Radiance. You know what I mean? Like this hero has like finally progressed into something new after so long.
He doesn't mind farming nowadays, and he can still walk to fights with these items too, pretty easily.
Oh, and looks over here. They're going to find one. It will just be Monkey King. Greedily farming the jungle, and yep, they'll take him. Looks like a Vlad's picked up by the Panda. So he isn't going the Midas, and it looks like a game, well, maybe he just thinks they can't make it late. They might just get run over. And they're going to get this tier 2 run over pretty. Wow, they commit the Snakes for this even. They really want this tower.
I mean, this That's interesting, actually.
I think they know GH is just always going to push it out, and this is the best chance they have for any damage, maybe.
I mean, they're getting some damage, but by dropping the wards like this and not getting objective, yeah, they're giving Liquid a fight.
Oh,
like
no,
this.
yep. And there you go. They should be able to find Chaos as well. Look at that.
Wow.
There's the counter with the Brewmaster. And that's an easy kill right into a Roshan. Well, as you said, this is how Liquid won a TI, and they seem to be doing it pretty well again here at MDL.
I mean, that time it was, again, it was just IG either like not communicating well or just, you know, that play, like dropping wards in a tier 2 like that. If your whole team's there, fine. You know, drop the wards, get the tower, they don't contest, run away as 5. But that's not what happened. They went up with 2 heroes, they dropped wards, and then 4 or 5 of Liquid were there.
Ooh, and here comes the roll. It's going to be late, though. They're going to hit 2. It is going to be the bomb, though. They're going to jump out. Will they get the Monkey King? He has a lot of damage, but not much life. Glimmer Cape is there. They get the kill. They're going to look for more. It will be the Chen. Miracle going to try to get out of here. GH, though, Yule into the air. That will be an easy stun into a kill, but he does save Miracle.
All right, big plays by Dogfights.
Yep, just rolls in. They did lose the Roche, though, and it feels like that was a pretty big timing for the rate. And look at this.
They'll get tier 2, though.
Yeah, that's true.
If they can't walk high ground, Liquid are still, I think, not too
that's a problem.
I would agree.
They can't, right? Until it feels like they either need a Team Wiper and Aegis.
Yeah, they don't have Phantasm either, so there's definitely why they're doing it now.
Did Lesh even use BKB there?
He sure did. Yeah. 9 seconds. No.
But the itemization is really important to note on IG because he did go Yule straight BKB, which means he doesn't really want the game to go on that much longer.
Yeah.
Because 5-second BKB could definitely become problematic.
Yeah. And I mean, you got the Lifestealer with the Radiance, but it doesn't. Oh, here we go. They're actually gonna find Doodle. He will rage. Doesn't have a teleportation scroll, and he's gonna hop into a creep, but it won't matter. They're gonna instantly kill him. Doodle, my boy. He will throw out the open wounds into death, and that's a pretty risque spot to be farming without a TP.
Is he going Armlet now on the Lifestealer?
Yeah,
he's going
he is.
Backboard?
Oh, he sure is.
They're not going to have anything really for the PA once Miracle gets BKB. That's actually going to be an enormous issue for them because what's going to happen in the fights is the Lesh is going to BKB and Miracle's going to BKB and the Lesh is going to die.
Yep.
And then you go, wait a minute, where's all my damage? And then we also just lose our CK in the meantime.
What does our Shaman have? It looks like he's not getting anything because they're giving everything to the Pango. So he just is, yeah.
This is definitely concerning. If you're IG,
it feels very. I mean, you're 1K up, right? But you're just like watching these pickoffs happen. You're like, well, we're definitely.
Well, their early game was sick. Like their early game was just gank, 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 all success, like 90% gank rate. And it's like, after that, you took that really awkward fight bottom. People start getting picked off everywhere. You give up Roche. I mean, sure, you took the fight, but you didn't even get the Aegis off of the PA. Now Miracle's gonna have BKB. Their mid game has been pretty.
I think the Lifestealer is the big problem for them. I feel like he hasn't been able to contribute much at all.
Yep. Well, meanwhile, they lose a tier 2 top, and guess what? Mind Control, he's pretty much just playing his own game. He doesn't have to do anything with
all
the
right,
team.
now he's going to get a Midas.
A little late, but
I mean, he's got the 2 items that he needs.
Yeah.
He's got a Vlad's and a Blink. If he thinks the game is going to go on for that long, it's not too bad.
I guess the other item would be Solar Crest if Chen can't afford it. Keep buffing that PA.
Is there anything else they could want? I mean, Pipe isn't the worst.
I could just see a Radiance. I think Mind Control plays greedy enough. He probably will, but maybe not.
I mean, he's pretty rich for how much time they still have because they're thinking about second Roche for IG is like when IG would want to go high ground, one would think. So he's got time. He might be able to get it.
Yeah. Well, there's a Midas used. There's a ward up here, but the smoke is out, so they might see Doodle. They might try to bait Doodle in here. GH just steal the rune, and he might just get outweighed on the backside. They did find a Chen, but look at this. Miracle gets brought an instant crit. See you later, Rasta.
No hex in that.
Yeah, that was feels pretty bad if you're IG, and now they're going to look for Dogfights. Who has a life still in front of him? Matumba, he's going to jump forward. They're going to try. Oh, nice play there. Now the Will-O-Wisp, he's going to get pulled in, and they don't know the life steal is in. Now they do, and he's going to go for the TP. So much damage with the Desolator, but no crits. No crits from Miracle means he will survive, but once again, another 2-for-0 trade.
So GH has the cast range now, so he can cancel the Pango ulti with Force Staff if he starts charging up, right? It's actually so annoying.
There's a lot of things that cancel Pango ulti, and some
Any
of them,
movement.
Yeah, it puts it on cooldown too for some abilities like Sonic Wave or Huskar's Inner Fire, whatever the heck it's called.
Blinding Light does it too, even.
Yeah.
Well, they're still just sitting here, but it looks like they want to rotate from the jungle. Blacks will just run away. Willie, he's going to TP, and Eats his way into a tree. Mind control fakes out the split. Won't get it. Looks like.
I mean, you can tell just by the way that Liquid are moving and how IG have been playing the last 5 or 10 minutes that this game is completely out of their favor.
Yeah, it's out of control for IG. They've lost. And
Man,
look at the vision too.
It's kind of sad because they were actually just owning, and then
here.
all of a sudden, just like 2 or 3 bad fights or just like miscommunications later, and Liquid are just.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Dagger will fly, doesn't crit dogfights. Yeah, Blacks actually wants to go in the backside. He's going to dodge the clap. He gets the stun up on GH, who's Glimmer, but they do have a Sentry Ward down. Will they be able to bring him down? No, not yet. Doesn't have his ulti. Blinding Lights there, and Blacks just dies on the backside. Emo is going to try to go in. He throws out that Shivas, but won't matter. And now he's going to try to run away with that BKB. That is not what you want to do with that item. And now look at this. PA does get hexed. Doodle is going to try to run. Rages the Boundless Strike and will get out. Could have been a lot worse for them, but still. Ward's still up somehow.
I mean, you're committing Phantasm to a fight and you're still losing a core. I mean, sure, they forced a Chen buyback, but, you know, who cares? Yeah. Like, that hero is basically just a... Oh, Jesus. Oh, my...
Just an absolute massacre, and they're going to look for more. Oh, no, there's the Boundless, there's the go forward, and there's the easy kill. Stun flies out on mind control, but it won't do anything.
Dude,
oh, he's going to go for more. He wants... Oh, there will be a She's thrown. And now we might have got baited in, but he pops his BKB. Now he's going to turn it. Doodle is there to fight him. Yule's into the air. Miracle. He does not have that Aegis. Needs to be careful. Look at the Will-O-Wisp. He knows.
Oh, dude. He did the pseudo math because he had like 4 hits on the low ground with no crit, and he's like, all right, I'm going in if they show.
Yep.
And he just blows them up. And IG, they are just... From, as you said, just 6K up at 15 minutes to they're going to lose their base at 28 minutes here.
Double catapults, baby. Get them.
No creeps here to help out. Oh, look at that. Oh, 1 miss. Okay, that's it.
They were doing so well.
Do you guys agree that the super creep should turn catapults into the superior trebuchet?
I
mean, does it actually get like a damage upgrade, or are we just talking aesthetics here?
Aesthetics, you know.
Aesthetically? Dude, they should turn it into a Panzer. Like, just a Panzer just rolls down middle lane.
All right. I mean, I'm into it. Whatever.
All right, yeah, tank sounds good. We'll go with that instead. That's far superior.
Well, okay, you're IG's coach. You get a break. For some reason, the admins come to you, and they're like, you need to tell your team what to do. Draskell, what are you telling them?
For IG?
Yes.
Oh, God.
And it's a best of 1, so you can't say code game 2.
Oh, God. I mean, they still have pretty good teamfight potential. They need to catch the backline. Like, killing the Coddle if you can, or, like, taking out those 2 freebies in the beginning of the fight actually makes a huge difference when you're behind like this. Because you basically just have more bodies. That's, like, one of the best ways to win fights in Dota is to just bring more people. And the best way for them to do that, get the Pango in the backline, kill the Chen, kill the... You know, if you can kill the Brew before split, obviously, that's great too. But I don't know if they have the damage for that anymore.
Did he need a Blink Dagger too on this Pango though to like get to the back?
Yeah, he's getting one.
Yeah,
he's getting one.
Yeah,
but that would be what I would try to do. I mean, obviously it's tough. You know, they don't really have vision right now. Liquid's controlling the ward game. They're kind of stuck in their base. As a coach in this position, I don't envy it. You know, it's like, do your best. It's really hard.
That Basher is going to make things a little more difficult for Lifestealer as well.
He is, and he is very close to an Abyssal Blade already. Yeah, Miracle just had a Miracle-esque game, and what do you know? Liquid does it. They haven't won yet.
They're so good at giving it to him.
But they are, yeah.
Like, he just gets to play Miracle Dota.
I mean, he went from tower diving and just feeding to I am now the highest net worth in the game by like 5,000, and you can't do anything about it.
Oh, he ended up going AC. Okay, I really like that, actually. That's sick. That's a defensive and an offensive buff for his PA.
Yeah, it's a really good item here.
It's one of those items you always want one of on your team, right? Vlad's, AC, sometimes, well, I just missed that. Sometimes
come on, get it together.
Dude, that was like the first one,
it was just one dagger, right?
Yeah.
It was just one dagger, and then he just explodes because that's what happens.
Well, oh, man. Now you've got the CK. He doesn't do any damage. Like, the boy has a Blink Midas, too. That is the one
He couldn't even kill GH.
Yeah.
He literally blinked in, Phantasm, stunned GH, and didn't kill him.
Yep.
That's a big problem.
And, ooh, they're going to look. Will they at least kill one of the catapults? No, because the whole team's rotating over. But Tumbleman's going to throw it up. Boundless strikes there. They're going to chain stun with the Will-O-Wisp. There goes Dogfights down first. Blacks is going to go next. And, Doodle. He's going to try to run, but there's the Abyssal Blade. No crits quite yet. Oh, the creep gets denied, and Miracle will tear him down. And now we can start saying it is looking
they still
pretty
have
good for
split.
IG.
This is it. Like,
And it's over, yeah.
holding split on your high ground like this.
And now you have the
Luck.
CK.
They didn't monkey pit either. He got a 3-man stun and did not pit. That is confidence. That is just like,
Yeah,
we have won
seriously.
this.
And there it is. Good game. Well played from Dogfights. And, I mean, you could say for the first 15 minutes, IG was giving the business to Liquid, and then Liquid does a little bit of this, does a little bit of that, and all of a sudden the game's over 10 minutes later.
I mean, Liquid are a very consistent team. You can always expect them to perform at least like a tier 1. You know, tier 1 has a pretty wide range, right? Like you have your VP and then, you know, EG sometimes you're tier 1, sometimes not.
Yeah.
Right? But if you can consistently perform at a certain level and then you're playing against a team like IG who had, in my opinion, I thought their draft was really good. Like their lanes looked solid. It was very easy for them to execute. They just ran around, killed everyone. And then they just made mid-game mistakes. That's pretty much what happened. They ran around, they got picked, and Liquid took advantage. They took Roche. That was the timing that IG wanted to hit, and then the PA has a BKB, a Battle Fury, and a Deso. And then all your heroes just die.
Is this one of those things, like, people can go, oh, they got out-drafted?
Nah,
it just
this is
looked
definitely
like
not
Liquid
enough.
just had, like, a better game plan, or they executed
They had a better
their game plan
sense
better.
of what IG had to do. Like, that's one downside to this draft. Although it looked really strong and IG had it, it's very formulaic. Like, they need the Aegis, and they are going to attempt to go high ground with that first Aegis.
But like
right?
in the same note, like I completely agree that it's very easy to telegraph what their moves are going to be. If you just don't chain feed bottom, and then drop your wards on a tier 2 and lose your CK and your Shadow Shaman in like the silliest way possible, I think they have a very good chance of just walking away with that game. Because what good is the information of saying we know they're going to Roche if they don't give you those freebies?
Yeah, for sure.
If you're just like really strong as 5 when you walk to the pit, Liquid are going to go, okay, we're going to push side lanes, and then you go from there.
I think in that sense, maybe it's easier to tell when they're out of position, and so that's why Liquid were like so good at punishing it. But I actually think IG should have won this game. Like
I agree. I think they should have won.
I think if even with these same players, if they went back and just maybe they just need to chill out or something happened mentally.
Was it just
with
that
the call.
bottom fight? It really
It was the
felt
bottom
like
fight,
the
and it
then
was the
mid.
Snakes mid. That was a big mistake. Like CK and Shadow Shaman just dropping wards on a creep wave that caught.
I saw that, and I was like, you don't have any heroes here.
Yeah.
And they have a PA.
It looked like they were like bluffing or something. Like, we're all smoked behind us or something.
It was
but,
strange.
Yeah.
So that was Liquid IG, and this is a best of 1 group stage. You either win or you lose. There's no in between. You either feel bad or you feel good.
Though.
That's incorrect.
You either win or you lose. That's every Dota game.
You either win or you feel good or you feel bad. That's
or
pretty much
both.
Every Dota game.
If there's
What
a
about-
techies, you can win and feel bad.
But what about
true.
those guys who run down middle and lose, but they do it on purpose? So they're probably maybe
they don't
like
ever
it, so
feel
they're
good.
winning.
Do
No.
they
mentally-
actually like it though?
Why else would you do it?
Who else?
I don't do
Has
stuff that
anyone
is not
actually
fun.
ever ran down mid and said the words, "I'm having a good time"?
Probably Mason or
The
something.
prerequisite to running
There's
down mid.
probably a
2012,
Twitch
yeah.
clip of someone.
No.
This is fun.
Look, the prerequisite to running down mid is not having a good time because you didn't get your role or you don't like some guy or
That's
whatever.
True. That's true. That makes sense. So, actually, sorry, production. Do we know what game is coming up next? Apologies. And guess what? Ooh,
That's
I think a
spicy.
lot of people would say this is going to be the biggest one if Sumail was, but it will be EG versus Virtus Pro.
Did you take mine?
I don't know. I just
You took
grabbed
yours
some.
are right
And
there.
VP
Oh,
is
sorry.
playing their other game over on Beyond the Summit 2 right now. So if you want to, you're waiting for that EG VP game and you want to go check it out, well, it's on Beyond the Summit 2. I can give you a quick update maybe. It is very even, 11-11, VG versus VP. That's pretty surprising.
So we got stand-ins, we got DDC, and that's it for that one. And then we'll have some more stand-in Dota for VP in the next one too.
Yep.
So there you go.
So do you guys where do you put CCNC on the mid scale? We're going to watch EG next, and we're all from the NA. We've probably watched his stream. How would you describe him as a player? Not even compared to other people. Just
I think, in my opinion, like the closest comparison I could make is that when S4 played mid, he's very sound in his lane mechanics. Obviously, you have to be a mid player.
Yeah.
But more than anything, like he knows what he wants to do in the game. And S4 was similar. Like he was a shot caller when he played mid. He's like, we got to do this, we got to do that. You know, he's always thinking about what he needs to do to actually win. And I think that's actually really nice to have in a mid player because right now, like the lane is. Sure, it's influenced sometimes, but a lot of the time it's just vacuum, 1v1. You give him a good lane, he understands what he needs to accomplish. That player wins you the game.
Yeah.
So I think that, outside of him maybe not having a ton of experience on actual teams, like he's played for a few of them,
Yeah.
but he doesn't really have like I've played like 50 lands and all this other stuff. If he gets there, I think he'll be up there top tier.
He reminds me of a Super too. Just kind of. I mean, I think a lot of their success kind of comes on the same.
Okay,
heroes,
early
like
Super
DK
or
and
like
DP.
later Super, because early Super lost his lane every game.
Yeah, no, not that. Later,
every
later
game.
Super wins his lane.
Yeah,
now.
okay.
He's pretty good now. But that same kind of idea of like game plan heroes, like DK, like DP, feels like CCNC plays really well on that. So, yeah. Where would I rate him though? I think he could play on a tier 1 team for sure. I think with the way that he like talks about the game and has a good idea about it, maybe he's not going to be like dumpstering everyone in the mid lane, but we kind of have a second tier of mid already with like Sumail and no one and like Miracle playing that we don't really put anyone else with.
Mid
them.
one too. Yeah.
Yeah, mid one. Yeah.
When did he stand in for EG? CCNC?
Hamburg.
It was Hamburg.
Hamburg.
Okay, I was like, it wasn't GSC, was it? No, it was Hamburg, and he did all right. But like you said, right, it was a super issue. We just kept seeing the same heroes over and over. I bet. From what I've heard, Bulba has been, mentoring CCNC, so I think we might be seeing.
Is that good or bad?
Well, I think Dota-wise, it's good. Life goals.
No,
I mean, a little bit.
I love
fashion.
Yeah, we love some Sale here, but yeah, it should be interesting. I believe we are going to take a quick break really quick.
Grant wasn't sure. He's like, wait a second.
We just saw Liquid dismantle IG after the 15-minute mark. EG versus VP is going to be next. Stick around, and we'll be back very shortly.